Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is right now. And I really hope you enjoy the weather wherever you are. And here I am in the coat right now. And right now I had to do this right now before it gets too dark. And anyway, I just want to reach out and let you know how much I love you all, and I hope you're taking really good care of yourself and your loved ones. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave Starlight a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can also check out my playlist, and you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a squirrel, and a black sheep. Plus, don't forget the notification bell like Starlight did, ding, ding, ding. And you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So today I really want to talk to you about there's no accidents or coincidences. And I am amazed because throughout this journey here and throughout for many years right now is, the people that you meet, it's no accident that you meet them. I just met actually three people all together today. A couple, well, they're not a couple, but a guy and a girl, older folks. They were out on a mountain somewhere, and Starlight was walking around, and I seen him up on the mountain earlier. And then, would you know, we're having a conversation on top of a mountain. And just now, I'm at this beautiful park, and I was walking through, and, there's a man that really is going through a lot, and he's looking for help. And I just happened to come to this park. This is no accident. I'm all the way from New York, and here, God sent me to this park and to that mountain to help these people out. They're around the same age, they're, like 60s or so, and they're going through some stuff. They're trying to figure some things out, and I was able to help all three of these people, and last week, I was at a library, and there was a young girl, and well, she was probably in her early 20s. And, I was not going to go to that library. I was actually at a different library. And then I realized that my laptop wasn't with me. So I was like, ah! So I had to have the library call the other library branch up, and find out if my laptop was there, if somebody found it. So I ended up going from, it's a 20-minute drive to leave one library to drive to another library. And then I had to clean my dishes in the bathroom because I'm living in my car. And, here I didn't even care. I'm like, I need to get my dishes clean. Where am I going to get them clean? And a lady came in, used the bathroom, was freshening herself up, doing her hair. And I was listening to a YouTuber on my phone and getting a great message from him. And this lady was doing her hair, doing her teeth, and listening. She couldn't help but listen to the message. It wasn't very high, but it was loud enough for her to hear. And that video that I was listening to brought up a topic, as on that video that I was playing was something that my mentor made on YouTube. And so she was hearing what he was saying, and she's like, isn't that true? She was like, I have to agree. And then I paused the video, and here we are in a bathroom having a conversation, and that happens many times with Starlight. I talk a lot in the bathrooms. I have talked about some crazy ass shit in a bathroom somewhere with some female, and normally we all end up laughing as we're heading out of the bathroom. Like, you just never know what's going to happen in the bathroom. So it is no accident for the people that you run across in your life. And about coincidences, the same thing is that sometimes, and I've been told this my whole life, oh, that's just a coincidence. Don't believe that shit, please. Don't believe that it's just a coincidence. That didn't happen just to be a coincidence. That happened for a reason. You just have to really pay attention to what the universe is doing. And like with me going in this park, right at the end, I told the man was curious to why I was here, and I said, well, I came in here to make a video before the sun goes down. And so we were talking because he's going through a lot, and he's questioning a lot of things. And so I was talking to him for maybe a half hour, and then he's like, hey, I'll let you go. And he goes, there's definitely a reason why we're both here at this park. Exactly. We're here because God set an appointment. Here I drove who knows how far, to get here to give somebody a message. And that is kind of makes me feel like an angel, because that is exactly what the archangels do, is that, they're all around you all the time, and they will give you messages where you are when you need it, as long as you're paying attention to those signs and messages. There's symbols that have meanings to it, numbers, like I've been seeing 70 a lot lately, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, and let's see, and so many other numbers. So you really got to pay attention. What does these numbers, if you keep on seeing the same number repeat itself, or I might actually have to sit a little bit here because the sun, hang on, Starlight's gonna bring this over here a little bit better. So I have my flashlight here, but the sun is better. So anyway, so anytime that you meet someone, and especially when you're getting a great conversation, that is when you're like, wow, I could not have gotten such a great conversation, with my family or people I call my friend, and I went through this a while back when I didn't have a car. I was in between. My car got totaled, a brand new Forte, I think it was a 2017, and Starlight only had it a couple months, and it got totaled because it was a Friday 13th, and on that same day was an eclipse day, but that brand new lease car got totaled, so Starlight was without a car, and during that time I had to take a taxi to go see my therapist. And it is amazing, most of the time that I went and took that taxi, which I felt safe. These were not the nasty taxi cars out there that some of the places that taxis that I've been into from New York, is these were, really well dressed people, they did take a shower, those kind of people. And I have to say, almost every single time I went in a taxi car to go to my therapist, I had some of the best conversations in that 20-minute drive. And it was never the same person. It was always somebody different. So around that time, Starlight thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to, get a job for a taxi driver and, pick up people. And because I got to know the area around, I was feeling more comfortable. But that's not really where God wanted me. So I'm just throwing that out there. So it was no accident for, I was helping those people out. They were helping me out. I was like, wow. So it is amazing how we can run into people anywhere at any given moment in time. Like I said, in a bathroom, and I have been helping other people out where there's times where I met homeless people where I had just got a sleeping bag, and then bam, I ended up meeting a guy that I know. His name is Nick, and he was living out on the street, and he didn't know, and I didn't know, but he didn't know I was going to be in McDonald's. I didn't know that he was going to show up. I had the sleeping bag in my car. I found out that his just got stolen. Bam! God just put me there at the right time to help him out with a sleeping bag, because his got stolen. He didn't have a sleeping bag to sleep, keep himself warm, and it was cold. So Other things is, now I do have to say there's times that we might meet people, and like I said, nothing happens by accident, where sometimes we are tested by the people we meet. So you might think that really wasn't a good conversation, and like, what was God trying to show me? Sometimes we're tested by, those kind of people, is to see, are you going to hang out with that person, after like a toxic person. So sometimes those are just lessons that we need to learn. And, like Starlight just went through a lesson with a group of people, and once I realized that, these people are serving two masters, Roadrunner, beep, beep, there goes Starlight. Where did Starlight go? Hey, you know what? If you're, I can't keep company with you. I realize that, what? We're not on the same page. We're not, you're somewhere different. And I just realized that that's a pagan holiday. And now I know why I've had such a nightmare with Christmas, celebrating Santa Claus, and I always called him Satan Claus when I realized. So, so it is amazing how, even when I met my mentor, that was not by accident. Years ago, it was like 2017, when I really needed help, and I went onto YouTube, and I was going through depression, and I was flicking through channels, YouTubers, typing up different things, trying to look for help. And then how things pop up on your screen on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to this guy. And and I have to be honest, the first time his energy was so beautiful, but I wasn't used to it. So I watched him the first time, and then not too long later, I needed some help, and I'm like, where is that guy, that had a lot of beautiful energy? I want to find that same person, because I got so much help from that, from my mentor, and it was no accident. My life is totally changed because God, put that man on my YouTube channel at the time that I needed him. I was seeing my therapist, but a lot of times the therapists, they are programmed to be a certain way. They can be an ear to hear you, but mine was actually, helping me out, and would ask me questions and say comments and stuff like that, and inspire me. So I was getting help in that way, but, I needed something more. And so I ended up getting more than what I ever would have imagined by finding my mentor on YouTube. So, and here I am, it's going for 2025, and I'm still watching his YouTube channel. So I needed that, and I am so grateful that God, put him in my path so I can get the kind of help that I really need. So that was not by accident. And like coincidence, like with people saying, I've had that happen so many times, to try to tell me that that's just a coincidence. And I realize, what, when people tell you that that's just a coincidence, don't listen to those people either. God's got everything written. Everything is, it's like we are the actors and actresses out here, and we all have a role that we're playing, whether you're real or fake, or whether you're working on yourself or you don't want to, is that we have a role, and God already knows how it's all going to play out at the end. You might not. So God knows how your future is going to end, before he takes you out of here. So that's why there's no accidents or coincidence. So even if you go through a horrible time and horrible stuff, you were meant to go through that. It's a lesson that you need to learn, and just like I was talking to the man earlier here, is, he lost his daughter, and he lost his wife. So he is going through a hard time. But, there's times that it was just their time, and maybe it wasn't the way he, like it was never the way a person ever would expect it. It just, sometimes people go out of our life. Maybe we're, there's times that men might lose their wives because they weren't really fully there for them when they were here, and so God always has a plan and a reason for why we lose loved ones the way we do, like my brother. Now, when my brother passed away from, and I believe it had more to do with smoking cigarettes his whole life, and he was, smoking a lot of horrible cigarettes. Some of these cigarettes were really dirt cheap, and people were going around and selling them, and, he went and bought these cheap cigarettes because he thought he couldn't afford, because he didn't have a lot of money every month, and he was gagging on these cigarettes, and because they were dirt cheap. And so later on, I believe that he really did pass away from lung cancer from all that smoking, and he gave up cigarettes, but it was too late. So what did I learn about my brother when he passed away? I made a video right after he passed away, during the time that I was mourning for my brother, is I made a video about cigarettes and how dangerous they are and how it does take lives. And they shouldn't even have that shit out there to sell. Absolutely not. That should be totally illegal to put that out there. Whether they have, the thing on there that tells you what it can do to you, it's just that shouldn't even be anything to put out, for the people. But that's exactly what this matrix does, this society does. They put fattening food out there for you to eat. They tell you gotta eat 3 meals a day. Do you really have to eat 3 meals a day? I used to eat 1 meal a day. So do you have to eat 3? So, we've been programmed and lied to so many times. We believe that, hey, I got to eat 3 meals a day. Well, if you're eating 3 meals a day, I hope it's not all junk food, because that's exactly how this whole thing works, is that they want you to control you and tell you that you got to eat 3 meals a day. And then there's a lot of people that are gaining a lot of weight for this because they're not eating the right kind of food, so all these things happen for a reason, and we're supposed to learn from these things. And just like if I ate a lot of cheese and was constipated every day, well, Starlight, Starlight, you want more cheese? No. Starlight says, no, I don't want any more cheese. So, it's a lesson for me to learn not to eat cheese. So you really got to be careful about listening to people when they say it's a coincidence, or, that didn't happen for any reason. Everything that has happened was meant to happen. No matter if it was good or bad or ugly or whatever, it was meant to happen. It's to help you to grow and to realize what is good and not. You're here to find out who you are and what is your purpose, and those things are going to help you, whether you figure it out this time around. If you don't figure out who you are now, you're going to just get sent back here and start all over again where you left off things. There's, I don't really know how that goes, but that's always what I've really believed, is if you didn't learn lessons last time, then you're going to come back, because you got to learn those lessons in order to evolve in this world. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, friends, cat, dog. Also, you can check out my playlist, and don't forget the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.